Hi everyone, my name is Era Mangoma, but everyone calls me Rama, and this is Surviving Malawian Mental Health Wellness Podcast. Hi Kanandi,
Hey Rama,
how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And welcome back, our dear audience.
Hey, what up?
Ba, 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 ba.
I think that's the official sound.
Yeah. Okay, so today I'm going to be telling you a story.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take it back to March 2020. We're gonna focus on a middle-aged man, Mr. Leo Banali,
Okay.
who was based in the northern region in a village.
Okay.
And like most Malawian men, he's a farmer,
Yeah.
and that was his day-to-day thing. But unfortunately, with the COVID pandemic hitting us and just the overall like state of the economy, he was in deep debt at that time. So naturally, he had borrowed that money from different debt guys, Caterpillar,
Okay.
exactly, and they were giving him a lot of pressure to pay that back as soon as possible. So naturally, he started to seek for help from like his family, his friends, but unfortunately, nobody had the income to assist him with that. Yeah, so one day he, had his usual routine and headed to the farm, said goodbye to his wife, and unfortunately he didn't come back. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think happened to him?
I wanna say that like maybe he ran off and like, dodged town to get away from, these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling it's probably darker than that.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, the following day, there was a lady who was walking through the farm as a shortcut, and she discovered his body.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, of course, she, went ahead and informed the chief, the family members, and everybody. And what they discovered was he had committed suicide through poisoning himself.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Oof. Okay, that's a heavy way to start.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is going to take us to our topic for today?
Yes.
What is our topic for today?
So our topic today is the economy and how it is affecting Malawians, our mental health, and how we can, cope pretty much and figure out a way through this without,
taking extreme ways, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So I guess this is where you hit me
with some facts.
Stats and the facts.
Stats and facts.
Okay, let me give you a drum roll. Fact number 1.
Okay, so Malawi's Human Development Index is currently 0.483.
0.483. So what does that mean exactly?
That is out of 1, first of all. So we are below 50%. And you can just maybe, I see you have some notes on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at these notes. Yeah. And it says that the HDI is measured with like 3 indicators, which are life expectancy, education, and per capita income. So we're like not doing well on all fronts.
Nope.
Like
these are not.
Like if it was just like income, then you'd be like, okay, fine, you can't measure it. But they're measuring education, life expectancy, so like health and whatnot. So
situation is dire.
Yeah, that's not a good place to start. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Let's hope they get better, but I have a feeling they won't.
Anyways, drum roll, please.
Fact number 2.
So currently our economy ranks at 174 out of the 189 economies around the world. That is 15 from the end of the line.
Wow. That's not great. And just to put this in context, like there is Palestine ahead of us. There's Afghanistan ahead of us. I think Syria might be ahead of us. I'm not sure about it. But like it's like these other countries that are going through things like
wars.
What it seems like real things like wars and conflict and
exactly.
Wow. Like
this is what we're dealing with, right? So these are just the facts. What about real life situations?
Exactly.
So it's just
Okay, so fact number 3.
So this year, the World Bank reported that the economy continues to decline due to fiscal imbalances, severe weather, coronavirus, and the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, yes, that's a heavy list, and like those things you mentioned, like the war in Ukraine isn't going to end anytime soon.
Doesn't look like it.
Weather is just getting crazier.
Climate change is real. And
as for fiscal inequalities, like, I mean, it's like, so this is going to be around for quite some time then, like this economic.
And I mean, like the COVID pandemic, as much as like the infections have gone down and all, like it's still like hitting our economy very hard. Like we're still trying to recover from that.
Okay.
So
fact, I'm afraid to go further. Fact number 4.
Okay, you're ready. You know this one already. Everyone who lives in Malawi knows this one.
Okay.
Our current inflation rate is 25%.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that one.
Yes, but anyways, maybe let me not talk.
No, let's talk about it. I feel like somebody has snuck in another 25%. Like it doesn't feel like it's just 25%. I feel like
everything's doubled,
it's like
tripled, like
right. And
the situation is dire.
It's tough.
I've never said that like so many times in my life.
Right.
I say it almost every day.
Right. And so like with like inflation at that rate, it's it makes sense that people like Licolio, like Mr. Bonali are going through it, because you never know what's happening. Like one day the price of things is this, the next day you're like paying double, triple, and
And it's also crazy because you're not necessarily going to see an immediate reaction from I don't know, like organizations or households to increase people's like everyone is like in a bind right now. So it's like,
salaries don't go up, but
the value of our money has
gone
reduced
down.
But like we're still pretty much earning the same stuff, so it's really hard, especially like in low income families. So
okay.
Yes.
Fact number 5, I believe.
Yes. So this is actually the one you brought to me about like when you're reading the newspaper.
Oh yes. Yes. Malawi's public debt now stands at
6.38
trillion.
Kwacha. Yeah.
So I mean,
the situation remains dire
as it was before. It continues to be. Wow, like so we're not only can we not afford things, we owe money. So it's tough out there.
I mean, you saw that thing where like we're calculating how much everyone would have to
pay. Yeah, I feel like we're all
get us out of debt like 600K.
Exactly,
each.
we all like like 600 or something.
Guys. Anyways,
and I ain't got that.
Okay, drum roll.
Okay, that takes us to fact number 6.
Yes. So in 2021, we recorded that the suicide rates had increased by 57% from 2020.
Wow.
So it was already high in 2020, like following us getting hit by the pandemic and from the previous year, and then like it took another surge, like by 57%.
That's 57%. That's really shooting up.
It's really bad,
And I'm guessing it's mostly men, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But what's interesting is that I think as society changes now and, the role of women isn't just to be in the house anymore, and people and women are independent,
like more open-minded,
independent on their own as well. I feel like it's going to also, we're going to see like maybe
the
a rise
pressures
in,
are also going that side too.
We need to nip this in the bud.
As long as you're a breadwinner, like that pressure is on you, so it's tough. So drum roll.
Should we do
sorry. Okay, we just move on to
the exactly. Like, let's just move on to the next fact, which takes us to number 7.
Yes.
Fact number 7.
Okay, so the World Health Organization statistics. I can't talk. It's always that word for me too. Okay, so the World Health Organization statistics.
Statistics. There we go.
I'm embarrassed. Okay, the stats.
Yes, there we go.
The WHO stats show that 79% of all suicides happen in low and middle income countries.
79%.
Yes.
Wow.
That's heavy.
That's like, that's crazy, because that's, you'd think that maybe it would be an even split or something, like where, it may be different types of problems, but everybody's got the same problems. But
no, it's hitting the low income, middle income
I guess
countries.
That's how impactful the economy.
Yep.
Like the economic performance of a country is, right?
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Right. So then that was 7, right?
Yes.
So fact number 8.
Okay, so research by Dr. Thomas Richardson shows that if you're in debt, you're 3 times more likely to suffer from a mental health problem.
Whoa.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yep.
That's really high. Like, I know money stresses people, but like you don't think that it's like that high, like 3 times.
Well, like the more you're stressed, the more anxious you are, the more depressed you might become. Like it's a snowball effect of life.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. But
But before we get there, we have a new segment.
Yes, we do. I'm very excited about this.
Dear artist, do you want to introduce us to?
Okay. So this new segment we've got is called Music for the Mind. Yes. So in each episode, we're going to try and showcase music from Malawian artists and also African artists. And we're looking to push music that is promoting positivity or, something that, puts you in the right vibe.
Good mood.
Something that makes you think, something that gets you out of a funk. So that's what we're looking to promote and showcase. And to begin with, the first... Yes, actually, the reason why she's saying that is because the first Music for the Mind is by the King's Rifles, which is a group I'm part of. Okay. And it's comprised of, like I said, myself, Faela, Faela, and Basic, our producer.
It's like goody.
Straight up. Yes. We're based out of Lilongwe, and we've been recording now maybe for 3 years or so. We've got 2 albums out, and actually the song we're gonna play is from our second album, which was released last year in December. And this track features Blasto, and it's called
Bimbuza.
Take it back to the front line, we connect niggas to their roots. Give me time, give me space, give me space. A moment for these flowers to bloom. Give me love, show me grace. Be the light, the sun and the moon. Give me heart, and give me peace. And I swear I'ma stand by you. Show me faith, give me truth. This is everything I'm giving to you. Roots. In this times, as rhymes won't take you back to your roots. In this times there's rhymes who take you back to your roots. Peace to the gods, bursted from the soul and made us prophets. For wealth of knowledge over all these objects I depreciate and value. I appreciate the prophets, I appreciate my people, we'd appreciate our property. Our reefer legal and some peace of mind. You see rebels, you don't see the sign. A roster told me it was different times, and we inclined to realize or visualize it.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly love that song. You know, it's one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was Bimbuza by the King's Rifles featuring Blasto. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in submitting any music to that segment, please DM us directly on our social media pages, or you can email us directly at survivingmalawi@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, this reminds me, you have a very interesting fun fact about Bimbuza.
Yes, actually, yeah. In case you guys didn't know, Bimbuza is a dance that is practiced in northern Malawi. And it is practiced in order to cleanse people who are suffering from mental health issues.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow,
I know.
So we've had the dance already.
We've been doing the do.
I feel like we should just start doing Bimbuza in the club so we can all just get cured all at once.
Oh my god. It is a very special practice.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into it and the preparation around it. But it's really cool to find out that we have been doing this since way back when. And we have been actually, in fact, acknowledging the fact that there's mental health issues in our local communities and our villages. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome.
All right. Okay. So back to the program.
Yes. Back to the program and what we're talking about. So we have talked about the downside of financial issues and how it's affecting us Malawians. But now could we maybe move on to a little more positivity? What are the solutions that we can look at?
Yes, please.
To start tackling these issues.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so today we're going to be referencing the Money Toolkit. And this is a toolkit that has been provided to us worldwide by the Mental Health and Money Advice organization, which is based in the UK.
What? Last week, NHS.
Don't be a hater.
This week, Jaja the UK. This is Surviving Malawi. Where is the Malawian flavor?
I did not finish, thank you. So in addition to that, we have a man on the ground who's going to be giving us a little more information from the Malawian context and how we can get the help we need here on the ground, here in Malawi.
Cool.
So we have Mr. Sam Kachale joining us today. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Rama. My name is Samuel Tebukong Kachale. Thank you for having me today.
Okay. So I'm looking at the toolkit you've given us, and the first thing it says here is end the vicious cycle of avoidance. What does that mean?
Okay, so when you say end the vicious cycle of avoidance, we pretty much, it's exactly that, honestly. When you get a bill, what a bill, even if you're at a restaurant.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
I was living. Anyways, they're having tabs in my restaurant. But anyways, that's not the point. But for example, a utility bill, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy to be like, hey, what about has really done me gangster or whatever the case. I'm not gonna deal with this right now. I'll deal with it later. Yeah. That's avoiding it in itself. Yeah. If you put it away, it's just gonna accumulate. Oh no. Yeah. You're still using the water, isn't it? So
they cut it off. So,
but yeah, it's that kind of situation that it's better to address the issues as soon as possible than to ignore them and have them grow and brew into something that becomes uncontrollable for you.
Okay, and here's Sam with a little more on that.
Yeah, my best advice is just keep it real, man. Be true to yourself, because in that way you'll be able to view things in a realistic way. You'll be able to look at what needs to be done in a realistic way. If you're going through a crazy time with debts, you will know how to realistically go about it. Taking accountability for your own actions and it's the best way to go about it.
Thank you, Sam.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So I've now learned to end the cycle of avoidance. I'm now addressing each bill as it comes. I'm answering all my debtors' calls.
Hey, those calls, guys.
Exactly.
Heart palpitations.
So now, what happens next?
Okay, so now we gotta get ready to take action, right?
Okay.
So we know that we have financial issues to address, or we have bills to sort out. We need to take action, and how do we do that?
Yeah. So
firstly, firstly, you gotta understand that you're not alone.
Okay.
That is like one of the biggest misconceptions that we give ourselves. I don't know, these thoughts that we have sometimes. It's like you can really put yourself in that corner that I'm going through this alone. I dug this hole for myself. I gotta sort it out myself, etc. But hey.
We're not. I mean, if we're saying that the country itself is in like 6 trillion
I'm saying
of debts.
Exactly.
If the whole country, so we're all in debt. So you're definitely not alone. I get that. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's something we must always remember.
Yeah.
And then following that, we must build our confidence.
Okay. How do I do that?
I mean, first of all, like just having any debt or financial issues can take a toll on your self-esteem and your mental health, right?
Yeah.
So in that regard, if your self-esteem keeps going low and low and low, like you just go into a real dark corner. Yeah. So you need to start.
That's where depression and anxiety come in.
Exactly. Okay. And like you're just filled with like a daily, reminder of like where you're at. It's getting worse. Yeah. I'm running out of time kind of scenario. So we need to start building our confidence, writing things down, speaking positively about ourselves, and just overall having a positive energy. So some things that you can practice as well is speaking in positive terms. So I am, not like, and not saying I am not kind of thing. So I am capable, I can, I am good at. Also pat yourself on the shoulder for the achievements that you've had, no matter how small they are. It could be, hey, I didn't jog yesterday, but I jogged today. That's an achievement. Exactly. I mean, take the wins where you can, because life will throw challenges your way, but it's always good to keep your head up and to try and work through it with a positive attitude.
Okay, so now my chest is out, my head is high, I'm answering those calls. What comes next? Okay, so what follows now is like what complements self-confidence? Self-care. Yeah. So if you're feeling good on the inside, you also gotta look good on the outside, right? So what does that mean to you? Is it your day-to-day beauty routine? Is it getting active in terms of, physical activity, exercise, which I highly recommend. It's really good also for like stress management. But just doing enjoyable activities so that you also have that extra glow and pride in living, Don't let your problems define you, Exactly.
Don't let it get to the point where you've stopped zoing mafuta, you've got,
Yeah.
It's, but you just take care of yourself.
I get it.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, I get it. Like, also I found that, keeping yourself busy does help you, like, get away from, like all those other thoughts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it.
It's very easy to get into those dark thoughts.
Yeah, routine is necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so now we've gotten ready to take action, right? We realize we're not alone. We've got our confidence up. We're saying good things to ourselves. And also we're doing good for ourselves. We've got a routine going. Yeah. So now, what comes next?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Problem solving. So we now step into problem solving. What is the actual challenge that you're facing financially? Is it debt? Are you struggling with your budgeting? Yes. Are you earning less than what you're spending? Different things like that. What are your commitments? What are your, So we need to start figuring out where the problem lies and how to how to solve it, so to say.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, we had asked Sam about this. So, what is the best way to get your debts under control? Exactly. And this is what he had to say.
You are a person who's already knee deep in debt, and you're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this mess that I've created for myself? I really want to be done with this. So how do I go about it? The first thing is, take some time, sit down and review all your debts. I took so much and I'm supposed to pay out so much in this period. You write it down. I have this debt with this person and I have to pay back this amount in this period of time. Budget. Yeah. The budgeting part is now you accumulating all those debts that you have, right? Put them at one point and have a total sum of the amount that you're supposed to pay back. Now, if you really want to get out of this mess, here's what you do. You commit. Put up a timeline. I think I should be able to pay this amount by this period of time. But how do I manage to keep paying back these debts? First thing is, if you're an employee, you can liaise with your HR department. And I know a lot of people don't want to take debts to office, but usually what eventually happens is I'm going to big office, right? In I'm big office, and we've seen those issues happening quite a lot. So commit yourself by putting yourself in that spot, right, with your office or your business, but have those amounts automatically paid out. Wherever you're making those payments out to, communicate. Guys, I am in a fix. I'm sorry I made this commitment earlier, but I have not been able to, meet up to that commitment. So is it possible if I can be paying you, in monthly payments with these amounts up until I can, finish off the debt, and whatever amounts that I can be finding, whether through allowances or whatever, or different businesses, I can also be topping up. But this is the fixed amount so that I am also not in a fix and having to go into further debt.
Yeah, so
nice.
I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That really...
He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about, yeah. Okay, so now we've identified the problem. What is the next step? What do we do now?
Okay, so note down the possible solutions, right? So
all of them?
All of them.
All right, so we're talking about all the possible solutions.
Yes.
So
do I seek help from my family? Like, do I have anyone in the family who can hook me up with, some, I don't know. Yeah, can someone help me sort this out?
Go to the bank, maybe?
Should I get a second job?
Yeah. Getting a loan.
Exactly.
Getting a blesser.
No.
You said all possible solutions.
Okay.
Jot it down. Jot down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jot down the blesser. Because it's a possible solution.
It's impossible, but we'll see if it's the most viable.
Exactly.
Because most of the things come with strings attached, ne?
Okay. So this probably is why the next step
yes.
is saying pros and cons.
Exactly. So now we gotta write down the pros and cons and look at what's going to work out for us best. Like taking a loan, is that the best solution? Loans come with interest, right?
Yeah.
It also depends what type of loan you get. So it's also like, okay, is that the right solution for you?
Yeah.
Will you end up in more debt because you're not going to able to meet those interest commitments and stuff like that?
Exactly. But okay, maybe if you're like an individual, maybe you're just working. But let's say, what about if you have a business? Is that you got a business, you got some money coming in. Maybe you wanna clear some debts by taking out a loan. Is that a good thing?
I am not the expert, but let's hear what Sam has to say about that.
Okay.
If you're going to go into debt because of business, the business itself must have already started. You must have a system running first before you get into debt arrangement with any platform. It might even be Airtel money and Flandi didengeka 100,000 in the Gambia business. That is still debt, and you don't want to mess around with people's monies. Because, like I said, by the time you're giving it back, you're not giving it back as 100,000 or 5 million. You're giving it back with interest. And it is assumed that the interest that they're charging you is because you are making money from that loan that you've taken. But they won't tell you this because it is expected to be common knowledge. You do not go into business with a loan. You do not start a business with a loan.
Okay.
Well, there you have it.
Okay.
I hope
So that was a
question.
resounding no. Okay, so now, I've done my pros and cons.
Mhm.
And so I guess now,
You gotta identify which solution is best for you.
okay, so basically, which one has more pros than cons?
Exactly.
So this probably means the blesser is not gonna be my final solution.
Do you have a blesser? Like,
I'm looking for a sugar mama if we keep it in hundreds.
Wow.
But yeah, so
Should edit that out.
But yeah, no. If so, I guess you look at the one that makes sense, right? The one that has more pros than cons, and
Exactly.
you
The
go
one that's
with that
more manageable for you as well. You
Yeah.
don't want to put yourself in another situation where you're now even worse off.
stressed and anxious and more. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I've identified the solution.
Mm-hmm. Now it's time to take action. Lights,
Just
camera, action.
Do it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now we know which one's the best solution for us. How do we go, or like, where do we go next? We gotta implement it, right?
Yeah.
So take action. Exactly that.
Okay.
Put
so
it into motion.
Put it into motion. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then-
and then let's see how it pans out. But to understand how it pans out, we need to go through the last step over there, which is to review.
Okay.
So what does review entail? Reviewing is exactly that. Did this solution work for me? Is it working for me?
Yeah.
Are you feeling more relieved? You know,
Yeah.
is it alleviating your stress pretty much?
Yeah.
And is it helping you progress in the right direction, or is it
Okay.
taking you elsewhere? So it's always good to
Review,
review and just
'cause
gauge.
next time you may have another problem like that, and if you found that you reviewed your last solution, you can probably
Always.
apply it to this new
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
situation. Cool. So, does that mean we're done now?
No.
Oh.
These are financials. we need to get there.
Yeah.
We need to figure it out.
So
okay.
so we got ready to take action. We've taken the action. What could possibly be left?
Okay. So, I mean, how did we get here in the first place? So you have to understand your finances,
okay.
and that it requires you to really like do a whole, what do you call it, postmortem audit? Yes, Emmanuel. Yeah, you need to do like an audit on your finances and understand just understand your limits and how to manage those. So that's where we're going now, and the first step to doing that is to prioritize.
Okay.
Because we all know once we've been through a tough week or month or whatever without the money we thought we deserved at the time or wanted, when we do get that big chunk of money in your account, whether it's your salary, payday, there's a tendency to like get impulsive or go into manic behavior of just splurging. And then you end up
by the bar, make it rain.
So you're just like, oh, I just feel like going out for lunch. You wanna go out for lunch? It's on me, kind of
exactly.
thing,
I got it. Okay.
And it's like, it's understandable. Like a lot of it makes you feel good in the moment, but it's not good in the long run because it's gonna end up leading you back to square one. Which is struggling to figure out how you're gonna pay for your water bill.
So then So then I guess that means you got to know what is priority and what isn't, then, right?
Exactly. And that is the next step. What are your basic needs? Everyone has different needs that they need. So it's always important to understand what it is you can't live without. And I mean actual basic needs. Or sorry, I can't live without Netflix. No.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I need food on my table. I need a roof over my head. So that versus, for example, Netflix or dinner out with friends. Like it's always nice to like catch up and do things. But if you're not in the financial position for that, it's better to just be real with yourself and prioritize.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, and also the priority thing also works in terms of debt as well. So also knowing how to prioritize your debts, which ones are the most pending or the most, the ones that need to be taken care of first, and then working your way down. That way, at least you can, have a little method to the madness kind of thing. Yeah.
Indeed too.
Okay. So, right, I understood the need to prioritize. I now know what is a priority and what isn't. What am I going to do next now?
Yeah, so now you get to look at the actual numbers, right? Ingoings versus outgoings. So this pretty much means your income, what's coming in, and what you're spending it on as well. So it's always like you always have to like just gauge how much am I earning, how much am I spending on, and then that will also help you to plan your finances better moving forward. Yeah. But I feel like Sam is one who will be able to give a little more information on that, and also how to manage your outgoings as well, because I mean you touched on that earlier.
Exactly, like that people don't usually forget to. Like some people forget to add like savings and investments into their outgoings. You put down your utilities, you put down your enjoyment budget, but
I need to live life, YOLO.
Exactly. So we need to also learn to save and invest, and I think Sam can tell us exactly how we should invest and save.
Save 10% of every income, right? And this is in regards to whatever scale that you have as an individual. Even if you're getting 2,000 kwacha per day, save 10% of 2,000 kwacha. If you're getting 20,000 kwacha per day or per month, save 10% of that, because the saving part, and we tend to forget, is saving is not for today, it's for tomorrow. So you're suffering today, but you're definitely making tomorrow better, not just for you but for everybody else, right? Another thing is with the remaining 80%, so you've taken out 10% with tithing, you've taken out 10% of your savings, you're now remaining at 80%. Now with this 80%, try to figure out what percentage of that 8%, because now that is remaining to, that 80% is pretty much for you and your expenses, your personal expenses, right? But before you even dive into your personal expenses, look at invest first. Invest. Figure out a certain percentage. You might not figure out you might have not figured out your investment portfolio or your investment goal, but at least set up an investment fund, if that's the case, right? These are important things for the future, because if we're really planning to create wealth, best case scenario is you invest today and you boss tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Sam. So are we done yet?
No. Okay. We're almost done.
Okay.
Wow, it's like, do you have something to do? Gosh.
No, it's just like, I'm trying to go pay my debts.
Yeah, so the final step, but not really the final step, because this is a continuous exercise, is to seek some debt and financial advice. It's always, it's just something that is free. So it's something that you can always have in the back of your pocket or in your wallet, in your mind wallet rather. But seek some debt advice or financial advice from different institutions or different people.
Family.
Exactly.
Friends, people who've been through the same things as
Exactly, because it's exactly that thing. Like someone who's been there before you will be able to give you the toolkit before you get there in the first place and avoid that. But Mr. Sam will be able to give us some more free financial
advice. Aren't you guys
to get
lucky?
us going? I know, right? Look at us hooking y'all up, hooking ourselves up.
Exactly.
But
So if you invest today, whatever small amount that you invest, like a seed, it's very small. Sometimes you don't even think it makes sense. But if you invest that small amount today, even if you're a student, even if you just started working, even if you're, just at home, but you're getting, let's say, house allowance, the secret to it is investing. Investing, like I said, is pretty much just seed.
yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you so much, Sam. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that takes us finally to the end
Yes,
of
we have reached
the solutions.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the end, but not forever.
Yeah. No, that was. I feel like I learned a lot. It was I feel like the "you are not alone" part really hit home for me
Yeah.
because it's really easy to just close up
Bruh.
and try to see how you can deal with these things yourself. So
Yeah.
I feel like the more people know this, the more everybody can
Ease the
take
pressure on
things.
themselves.
Like Sam said, be real with themselves
Yeah.
and take the proper actions and not just go down a spiral.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that takes us to
the
end of our show.
Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Yes, and thank you to Sam
for
for joining us. I think before we wrap it up, we have a few things to mention.
Yes. So September is the Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And during this month, we seek to
inform and engage health professionals and the general public about suicide prevention and the warning signs of suicide.
Exactly. So if you or anyone close to you is contemplating suicide, please feel free to call this toll-free number 54747 and you'll be assisted by a health professional.
54747. Okay.
Yes. And if you have attempted suicide and are in need of emergency medical services, please call this toll-free number 118.
118.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that pretty much takes us to
the very end.
The very end, yes.
We've been saying that. But anyways.
So I think let's just let people know what's coming up on the next episode then.
Exactly. So next episode we will be talking about Zachikondi. Relationships. Romantic relationships. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Malawi, but Twitter was heated this September.
I feel like all year we've been going through it.
Malawians.
It's been battle of the sexes. It's been battle of the sexes. I've seen some very terrible relationship advice on the TL. So I feel like this would be a good one, a fun one.
Yeah.
And we should
we'll be asking you a few questions as well on our social media pages. So please do engage with us. Tell us your opinions for free. We just want to hear what you have to say. And who knows, what you say might be featured on our next episode.
Yeah. So what are the
speaking of socials, you can find us on Twitter at Surviving Malawi.
Okay.
And on Instagram at Surviving Malawi. Mm-hmm. And on Facebook at Surviving Malawi page.
Yeah.
And you can also email us directly at survivingmalawi@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that wraps it up for today.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having us, guys.